It's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S., Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 682. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I am Mako-chan.
And how is everybody doing tonight?
Ugh.
Yeah, I think I can kind of agree to that, you know. I kind of feel that. But at the same time, I can't complain too much because this is like the first time in years I have been able to actually do a stream and actually have the air conditioner running and not have to worry about background noise.
Yeah, fuck off.
Well, there is a catch to that, just so you know. And here is the catch. Right here is the computer, the studio PC, all of that. Over here to my left is the TV and stuff like that. And if you look carefully, if you're watching the stream or watching the replay, you can kind of figure out what I was watching before the show. These generate heat. Air conditioner is about 6 feet that way. It is a 6,000 BTU air conditioner. So I'm not going to really feel anything until much later. Unless I sit somewhere else in this tiny little room. Now, if that was an 8,000 BTU AC, then it'd be a different story. Anywho, enough about that. Enough about all of that. We are live tonight, week of July 15th, 2025, right here on Twitch TV. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I had to remind a couple of people of that, but it's all good in the hood. You can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And they also stream on Twitch as well. You can find them over at the flagship, which is Twitch TV/Vog Network. They kick things off on Sundays at 8 o'clock with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And come hang out in our Discord, vognetwork.com Discord. vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network have their own channels. Come through, hang out, pool's open. We're having good times. We're going to get the barbecue going, get some burgers and some hot dogs going. So enjoy. So yes. And as Serenity041088 says in our chat here at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. So the first episode of Panty and Stocking Season 2. The Angels are back. Yes indeed. And I'm glad, well, look, I understand there's always like a moratorium on spoilers and stuff, but come on now, it's been a week. You have watched it already. I love the fact that they just picked up right where season 1 ended because the title, New Panty and Stocking, we either thought there was going to be a reboot or this or that. So at least they're going down the right direction, and it's all kinds of messed up. So anywho.
Yeah, I'm happy with how it went through.
Yep. But I know you were mad about the whole Demon Angel stocking thing.
Yeah, I was not okay with how they did that.
Alright, for those of you who don't know, at the end of season 1, Stocking said that she was a demon, and then fan art came out of her drawn as Demon Angel Stocking, and there was also like a red and blue variant of her angel outfit for demon form. Come to find out, it was just all in her head. It's basically the brainwashing. It's basically the shit that Nabiki did to Ryoga in episode 7 or 8 of Ranma 1/2. Everyday pills make it think they're steroids. Well played. So, enough about all of that. Let's get the show rolling tonight, shall we? We got some good stuff here to cover. So, we're going to kick things off with how was your week? How was your day? Ari.
Well, I'm about to smash my head against the wall.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, you don't say. So, I didn't think I was even going to be on the show tonight because, I'm working afternoon shifts and, wouldn't be here for that. But I tried to get out my front door earlier, and the door just stopped dooring. I guess. See, the borehole kind of like rotted and fell apart. So like the little the part where the bolt sticks out,
So
the part that
basically,
goes in.
the holes that you put the doorknobs and the bolts in, something in
Oh,
there.
just the doorknob.
Oh,
The
the doorknob.
deadbolt's fine,
Okay.
thankfully. But
Okay,
yeah,
good.
that what happened was the wood had like fallen apart,
Mm-hmm.
and the screws that kept the plate to the doorknob mechanism in place had like jostled out,
Mm.
and it was stuck in the door frame, and I couldn't open my front door. No,
Oof.
it's not the screws getting script serenity. It's just the screws falling out of place and getting stuck in the door, keeping me from opening it. And I felt so goddamn stupid because of it. Would you
What
say,
is it?
Mako?
The Breakfast Club? Screws fall out all the time. The world is an imperfect place.
I didn't think about that, but I, I had to call out from work because this happened to like 1 o'clock, and I, took like half. It took like half an hour of struggling with it before it, and I couldn't get it open. I'm like, sorry, I can't come in today. I've got a huge problem at home I have to take care of. And next thing you know, I'm, setting up a appointment with Lowe's for a consultation to get it, you know, get it either fixed or replaced. And thankfully, I did manage to get it, open eventually. But it was
Mm-hmm.
well after it was time for me to be in work, so I had to call out, like I said.
Just out of curiosity, do you have a back door?
I do, yeah, but
Does it lead out to the front?
no, because
Ah,
like it leads out into like a back alley, and I haven't been out there yet, so I'm not sure if it like wraps all the way around the building or not.
well, I would say do a little
And I was too pissed off and upset to even think about that. So
Gotcha. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I came into something similar like that earlier this week. So, this has been going on for a while. I remember one day I turned the knob and nothing happened. I kept turning the knob and nothing
that
happened.
sounds like the doorknob. The doorknob itself is falling
It
apart.
wasn't the doorknob, it was the stick that holds the doorknobs in. It wasn't in properly. I was able to finagle and get the front door open and just get it up and running. That little dowel is slightly bent. So I don't know. And I'm like, this has got to be fixed. And I'm just like, if I still have my old doorknobs, I would have replaced it and called it a day and just went about my business. So
I
it was working fine for weeks until like Monday. I'm trying to go downstairs and open the door. And it was like the doorknob was just slipping through my hand, so I couldn't figure out what the fuck. So evidently, the dowel somehow or something lodged where I couldn't unlock the door. I couldn't get out, so I had to go back up the stairs. Now, the house I live in is also like a pseudo apartment building because there is like a side and back entrance to get in through each floor. There's basement floor, one and floor two. So, thankfully, I was able to get through by going out through the side door and going out that back way. I was like, and somehow somebody fixed it, so now we're able to come in and out through the door again. So
anyway, I managed to get a consultation with someone from Lowe's to get it fixed.
well, that's good.
Well, I thought I would get the door replaced, but no, I got to take out the whole door and like the whole frame and all that. I have to get that. They're gonna come by it soon, like take it out and
And
get
then
it.
they got to measure it, and then when they get the door, it has to be cut to the right size and fit and all of that.
Yeah. So I mean, the deadbolt works, and I just kind of taped up the empty hole with electrical tape. Hopefully, no one will notice.
I doubt it. It also reminds me of the door to my bedroom. It's like I had to take you know the side plate that goes on the other side when you put it on the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because the last person here did not give me the key, I had to replace it with another skeleton key. Fine, whatever. And I did that. And I put the plate back up, and somehow I couldn't close the door and lock it all the way. So basically, I had to take the plate off, and it closes fine. So this makes absolutely no sense. So I went out and bought a larger plate that covers everything, but because it doesn't fit in all the way, I can't close it. So I'm just like, screw this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to replace with a regular lock and key because I've done this before. And look at the prices for a regular lock and key for a door. I'm like, I will wait because I think it's three of the rooms on this floor have skeleton keys, and the other one is a lock and as a padlocking key. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So anyhow, I'm at the point where I'm like,
Regardless, it's still going to take them, a couple weeks to order everything, get the measurements in, and get out here and fix it.
At least you're able to get out, and you should check that that back way, and see if you can get out through the front.
Mm-hmm.
So, at least something's getting done.
Yeah, and I'm gonna finance it through Lowe's, so I don't have to like. It was like, hey, hey, you got a line, like we can get you a line of credit, sure, and like, yeah, we have payment options like 60, 84, like 84, like 120 months. I'm like, it's not gonna take nearly that long. Just give me the 61. I'll have it paid off in like 3 months anyway.
There you go. It's like you pay a certain amount, you charge a certain amount to the card, you pay within a certain time limit, no interest. Perfect for me.
Yeah, that's what I said. No interest is paid within like 6 months, and yeah, I'll be paid well before then.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just take the card and you just put it up on your shelf, and you're like, I don't need this anymore. I'll just let it go away on its own.
Well, it's a Lowe's account, so if I need to like do anything else, like replace the washer dryer, that's something I can look for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mako-chan.
But yeah, it's not like a proper credit card.
Oh yeah, trust me. I have a Home Depot card like that, and a Best Buy card like that, and an Amazon card like that. And in most cases, I prefer it that way. That way, I don't go using the card on other places. I think the only exception to that rule is Target, because they upgraded me. I was like, hey. So I've already used it twice outside of Target, but I know it's on it and it's getting paid off, and I ain't worried about it. So anyhow, Mako-chan, how was your week and how was your day?
Weekend day, not horrible. Obviously I was out last week because yay storms.
Mm-hmm.
I had no electricity until like 1 a.m. That was nice.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, the area is fucked up. The storms are bad, but this area, the drivers are bad too.
Worse.
I believe it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you get to a certain age. But yeah, so between then and now, I really haven't done too much. Past weekends, we ended up going to see Weird Al in New York.
Yep, and that was fun.
Yeah, got to hang out with Michelle for a little while. She was in town for her parents' anniversary, so got to hang out with her on Friday, which was really nice because I haven't seen her since she moved to Texas. And other than that, just doing the work thing and not really stressing because, I work from home now and I'm not working in hell. So
Right, so basically you're working in hell adjacent.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you could put it that way. It's hell adjacent, but it's it's like if somebody else was running hell and it wasn't really that bad.
Mm.
It's just everything else is bad, I guess. I don't know.
Like everything you know is wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go with that.
Hmm.
I'll second that. So for my weekend day, same old work's been work. Again, I've been talking about these job changes that are coming up. I think they've kind of slowed it down to a crawl because we haven't heard anything. But it is what it is. So there is that. Um, to kind of piggyback on Ari's story, let me tell you, I think I told part of this. I'll just start it from the beginning. So, if you remember about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, we had that major heat wave in New York City. And I said, if I survive this heat wave the next night, I'm getting an air conditioner. It was so hot that I woke up during the middle of the night and went looking. Found that Home Depot did same day delivery, ordered the air conditioner, had it, put it in the window, and it was great. But then it wasn't pushing enough air. So I went out, ordered another air conditioner, put that up, and I'm thinking it was a little bit better, but it's better than nothing. I kind of felt like if I should have stuck with the 6,000 BTU version of the one I had before, but the difference was the one I have now was on sale for 200, and the other one was 220. And if I had gone to the 220 one, which is the house brand, I would have had it the same day. Anywho, you live and learn, whatever. By the way, it's an LG as well. I should have gone with that. So Anywho, that's all taken care of. And I'm going through their website to set up arrangements for them to pick up the old air conditioner. I can return it, and it's not going through. So I'm like, I am not putting this air conditioner in a cart or a carriage or whatever, a wagon or whatever, and taking it on a... No, I'm not doing that. So eventually I called customer service, explain everything, and they tell me I can't return it because it's past the return window of 7 days. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I tell them it says if I buy it with ye old Home Depot card, you could do something about it. 1 year warranty. So they connect me to the local store. And they're like, can't return. And I'm like, I get connected back. They're like, well, take it in, see what happens. So I believe last Sunday, I call for a lift, bring the air conditioner downstairs, go right to that store, and I drop it off. And I explain everything. They scan it, hold on here. They tell me their policy, the refund policy. And I'm like, look, it says 1 year if I buy it with the card. And that's what I did. They're like, well, there's nothing we can do about that. And I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going back home with this air conditioner. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to argue with you. I know how retail works. I've been doing this for 10 plus years, so that's fine. And I left the air conditioner on the floor in front of customer service and walked away. I was like, whatever. Bought what I needed to buy and I left. And I said, I will pay for the air conditioner I have now, but I will let that bill rack up. I don't care if it messes with my credit. It's the principle behind it. So earlier this week, I just happened to check my credit card, my Home Depot card, because I needed to add the credit, the checking information so I can pay the bill. I see a refund for the original air conditioner on there. So I'm like, one of the few times you can fight City Hall. And I'm like, look, it's your house brand. Yeah, I'm like, it's your house brand. It's not that serious. And then I go checking Lowe's. They have a 48-hour return policy on appliances. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, you buy this $1,000 washer and dryer unit, and you have it installed, and you realize within 2 days it's not doing what it's supposed to, and then you're out of that. That's crazy. And I happen to check Target. They have a normal 14-day return policy. I checked Best Buy, 14-day return policy, 30 days if you have their membership card, which I do have. Amazon, they have 30 to 45-day return policy, whatever. And I could have just rolled that down to the UPS access point right by me and call it a day. So I know next time, if it comes to electronics, appliances, whatever, I'm not going to Home Depot. If I find myself in another sweaty situation like that, I'm just going to take my chances and just order from somewhere else to sweat it out for a day. As CW says, yeah, having it happen during Prime Week was not ideal. Well, this was before Prime Week, I believe. And besides, I looked at stuff that was on sale for Prime. I'm like, I'm not interested. Because let's be real, in case you haven't figured it out yet, when it comes to the big sales, like the Prime Weeks, Target Week, Walmart Week, Best Buy Christmas in July, Black Friday, Gray Thursday, Christmas, New Year's, all that. Before those holiday sales hit, they slowly creep the prices up, and then they do the quote unquote markdown sales. And then when you think about it, this was the prices of TV that they had like 6 months ago. Anyhow, and also Saturday, me and Mako, we went to see Weird Al. And as I've been telling people, when you go to a Weird Al concert, it's not a concert. It's a sing along because you know at least 90% of the songs he is singing. And everybody is basically singing one way or another. And it was a sold out show, and that was amazing.
Mhm.
And then discovering that my sister, my old roommate, a bunch of other people were there, and we all met up after the show, and it was good times all around. So that was great. So that was basically our weekend day. So we're gonna move right along and get into some housekeeping notes here. Open this up. Where did I put this? There we go. Podcast VODs available on our YouTube page Thursdays at 12 noon p.m. Definitely check those episodes out there. If they're not up by then, that means I forgot and I apologize. It'll be up a little bit later. So let's see what else we have here. Don't forget to check out Fans View Friday with Wisteria Witch VT at Twitch TV/Wisteria Witch VT. This week, she is doing Anime Week in Atlanta 2000, and next week, the 25th, is Non-DeskCon 2000, and August 1st is NecoCon 2000. So come join her on our Twitch stream as she takes you back to the years of lore, back when anime cons weren't this chaotic. Well, they were still kind of chaotic then, but it was an organized chaos, and it was a little bit more fun, I suppose. A time when there wasn't two con raves. It was just good times. All right, we got that out the way. Now we're gonna get into Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk more about the geekier aspects of our life. Ari, what have you been up to for Geek Roundtable?
Well, I do have a couple of Lego builds that I've completed.
Cool, dude.
The first one is this phonograph, and shit.
What happened?
The fucking arm, fell off.
Hang
on, let me put it right back in there.
That reminds me, when I go back to Japan again, if I come across that Animate that has the Love Live turntable for 6,000 yen, I am picking it up.
Mm-hmm. And, it does work. All the switches on the side and everything do.
That is cool.
And the other one is a little more intensive. It was a Lego Pokedex. Well,
nice.
Whatever the off-brand thing is.
That's really cool.
I forget what that kind of panel is, but it came with 5 of them. One for the other 3 starters and one for Eevee.
There you go. That is pretty cool.
And you could just pop out this little panel in the back and just push it. Oop. Pop it out like that, and there you go. You can put whatever Pokemon you want in there.
That's really cool.
And up they go on the shelf. Well, after the show's over, I mean.
Mm-hmm. I wish I kind of had a place again where, I had all my figurines most of my figures on display. I would actually make room and start putting up Lego displays and stuff like that. All right, Mako-chan. I see that there are some trading cards you have on screen.
Yeah, so there were trading cards at the Weird Al show. 10 in all. So they basically span his
Career.
his full career,
Mm-hmm.
starting from 83 and then going all the way to 2011.
That is kind of cool.
And they're all shiny. They're all holographic. So, yeah. That's what I got.
It was, I don't know if you saw, but there was a sign there that said that the stickers were made by his daughter.
Yes, I did
Adorable.
see that. That's
Mhm.
adorable.
Yep. All right. So let's see. I finished Fire Force season 3. Started off. Let's see. I know I started and watch another episode of another anime. I am one episode away from finishing the Shinichi Family Children, and that's kind of an interesting anime. Oh yeah, I'm 2 episodes in on My Dress Up Darling, so I'm good about that. I think My Hero Academia is starting up. I'm going to wait a couple of more episodes on that. So I want to watch the dub of the final season this time around. So there is that. And I did go to the, like I said, Weird Al concert, and I did pick up a book. It's a picture book. It just talks about all the behind the scenes stuff from his concerts and videos, music videos, and all of that. And there's a lot of photos, which is kind of cool. And I also got this white and nerdy shirt. So, and it's
Is
kind
it autographed?
no, that's just a printed out. Actually, no. It's just the design. It's just the background design of the shirt. That's all.
Oh, okay.
And what's kind of interesting, I remember getting my roommate Aaron years ago as a Christmas gift, a white and nerdy hoodie. So, because he pretty much is white and nerdy. So,
Huh.
all right. Before we get into tonight's show, I want to say something real quick. Let me find this track here. I think I have it by this artist. Let's see. No. Huh. I thought I had this cover by this person. All right. So I think I have this one. So let me turn the volume all the way down and give that a bit of a run. Okay, leave that as is. Yeah, I think the volume that volume is fine. So anywho, I didn't want to put this as part of the normal rundown news because this person, I don't see it as news. He was more like a friend. For those of you who don't know, last Wednesday, James Carter Cathcart, the voice of Gary Oak, Professor Oak, the third voice of James of Team Rocket, and Meowth, passed from throat cancer. He had been battling it for a while now. I didn't want to put like an article and read that because he was somebody that was not just a voice actor, but he was a friend, very talented artist. If you look at his IMDb, he's done a lot of amazing things. One of the stories I read about him yesterday was that he had gone to Build-A-Bear to get a Meowth, and he's actually recording line. He's doing his voice. He's recording lines from Meowth to put in there, which I thought was really cool. And a lot of people found out and realized that was him, and he stuck around and just did pictures, autographs, all of that. One of the staffers there, I believe, was out that day due to like maternity leave or something like that, so she totally missed him. Come to find out that James went out and got another Meowth, a card, and just came her like a little Meowth gift basket with the plush, a card, autograph, and all that cool stuff. That was real. That was really nice. If you have seen him at conventions, he not just talks about the work that he does, but he also does like a concert. Like, you probably see it floating around on Facebook now, but there's a public post of him at a couple of conventions just performing various anime titles on piano. And I believe one of the tracks he's known for is from Yuri on Ice. It's a very I think the track was like a complex piece, and he just knocked it out the park, and people were quite impressed by it. For me, it's a little bit different. Yeah, I did grow up on. I did enjoy Pokemon in my teens, and I absolutely loved it. But when I was a wee kid, there was a different TV show that I watched on the weekends called ABC Weekend Special. It was hosted by Captain O.G. Reedmore. And I have found out from him that he voiced Captain O.G. Reedmore, and that blew my mind. I do know that there were a few voices for O.G. Reedmore. One of them was actually Frank Welker, which is kind of cool. So to me, it was the ABC Weekend Special with Captain O.G. Reedmore, CBS Story Break that used to be hosted by Captain Kangaroo for the longest, and Reading Rainbow. These were the three different series that really got me to read a lot of books as a child. Believe you me, being in like 4th and 5th grade, just walking out with a stack of books and going home and reading them and returning that entire stack a week later. And I attribute those three shows to it. So for me, it's O.G. Reedmore, and that really meant a lot to me. So I am really appreciative of that. So services will be held next month. I believe he's being cremated, and we're gonna have a good old remembrance service where we're gonna talk about the good times and just roll with the punches. And I'm just gonna say, James, on behalf of the staff here, Pokemon fans worldwide, everything, not just we miss you, but thank you. And now that we got that out the way, let's get into tonight's stories. Let's start things off with some Dragon Ball. Mako, what's going on with Dragon Ball?
Yes, this was announced from the Dragon Ball official website. They are going to be opening the world's first fully, set Dragon Ball store. And it is going to open in Tokyo in the fall of this year.
Ooh, that is so cool.
So this is in celebration of the 40th anniversary. It is going to be a brick and mortar store. It is going to be, at least right now, permanent. This is not a pop-up. It is... They're going to be selling a variety of limited edition goods that will only be able to be found at the store. They'll also have other, normal must-have items for the fans. So, give the official website a watch. They will be going to announce when the store will be officially opening, what merchandise will be going into the store, and see if there will be any other stores planned for in the future.
All right, hold on. The stream just randomly stopped. All right, hold on.
Like, did it stop recording?
No, the recording is still going, but the stream just stopped. And I'm trying to force it to start again. Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay. The stream is back up and running now. So sorry about that, folks. The stream just randomly stopped, and that's what happened. So you just missed the last part of Mako's article, and you can catch that on the playback feed, on the replay on our YouTube page or on our podcast feed. So, sorry about that.
Which shat itself.
Yeah, I know, right?
Twitch has been a little wonky the last day or two.
Well, that's an understatement of the year. Anyhow, next up we're going to talk about Demon Slayer. Normally, I would rather that they've been doing the shows as like instead of movies, give us our TVs like our anime episodes. But given how long it's taking to pump out a season, I'm okay with the movie. I'm quite all right with that. So, okay, let's pull this up. I think I pulled it up, didn't I? No. Give me a second. We're gonna talk about the Infinity Castle. Let me see if I can get this thing to refresh like it's supposed to. There we go. It seems that the Demon Slayer movie that's going to be in theaters is a giant box office success because the world premiere sells out in just minutes. Evidently sold out faster than the hotel rooms at Katsucon. So as the world heads into the summer blockbuster season, anime fans have even more reason to celebrate with the skyrocketing sales of this year's must-see movie, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie, Infinity Castle. The film, which has its road show and general release in Japan on July 18th, which is in 3 days, it isn't a compilation film like the franchise's previous releases on the Swordsmith training arc and the Hashira Village arc. Instead, Infinity Castle is an entirely new arc for the anime split over 3 movies. Wow. Maybe at that point it should have been like a 15 episode run.
A mini arc, who knows?
Yeah. The ticket sales began on Japan at 12 midnight on July 14th, which was yesterday, and immediately sold out. Some with moviegoers reporting that the websites crashed due to high demand and tickets selling out in little as 10 minutes. The film is set to have its world premiere screening at 24 cinemas around Japan at midnight on the 17th, which is in 2 days. So let me get this straight. The movie comes out 2 days, and they've released the tickets for it 3 days prior. That's kind of wild.
That's kind of Japan for you, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't really follow when they release movie tickets and so forth. That's why.
Yeah, movie tickets for Japan are like if you're going to an actual event. It's not one of those that you just pop it up and can order, whenever you want to.
Yeah, it's like see, in a way it reminds me of the whole the Avengers movie. Like the movie is coming out this summer. Tickets go live in 2 weeks, and it's like boomed. The first week and a half is completely sold out. Wild.
Yeah, they treat it kind of like if you were going to an actual play or something.
I like that. Because that, in a way, does make sense. Because when me and CC Graves were in Japan, when we went to the Gear performance, I thought that they would send the tickets in advance, but the tickets were in like our. See, when you get to Japan, you check into your room. When you get to the hotel, there's like a package waiting for you. It's another, I believe it's an itinerary book that goes a little bit deeper, and anything that's ticket related is all in there. So even if it's like something with a scannable QR code or whatever, it's in the booklet and it's just shipped out. So it kind of reminds me of that. So I see that does kind of make sense. Yeah. So Die Hard fans are going to be seeing this movie as soon as it drops. It's not uncommon.
I imagine they will.
It's not uncommon for ticket sales for anime movies to skyrocket like that, but it's rare to have a completely sold out screenings, even in Japan, especially when the film is playing at 6 or more times a day nationwide. The news had led plenty of fans to believe that the first Infinity Castle film is set to break box office records set by the 2020 release of Mugen Train, a movie that surpassed Studio Ghibli spirited away to become the highest grossing film in Japanese cinema history for nearly 20 years. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba has become one of the most popular shonen anime of recent years, focusing on a young man named Tanjiro Kamado whose sister Nezuko is turned into a demon. He then begins his search on a way to find to cure her, leading his induction into the Demon Hunter Corps. According to Oricon, all 23 volumes of the manga source material have each sold over 5 million copies, surpassing even the massive fellow Shonen Jump hits like One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, and Dragon Ball. This movie will release in North America on September 12, 2025. Domestic and global release dates have yet to be confirmed for the other two films in the arc. And that reminds me of something that I've seen here and there. Like, there is this cosplay photo of an actual couple as Nezuko and Tanjiro, and they're being, the quotes are like, "She's my demon, I'm her warrior," or something like that. And all the comments are like, "Should we tell him? Should we tell him?" I don't think he knows.
I've seen something like that play out with the two people cosplaying as Superman and Supergirl, and they had the same kind of vibe going.
I've seen that. I've seen some.
Yeah, but people didn't hesitate. Yeah, they're cousins, and people were like, "Oh, this is obviously happening in Alabama somewhere."
I was gonna say Kentucky, maybe a Kentucky Comic Con. Then it would make sense. Oh God. Okay. Let's see. Next article is about a lawsuit regarding Attack on Titan in an upcoming event. Whoa. Ari, what's up with that?
So, a major copyright infringement case in Russia involving Attack on Titan has been settled after a year-long dispute. Per Oricon, the case originated in July 2023 when Kodansha discovered that a Russian company, IQ Art Management LLC, was conducting a paid event in St. Petersburg that featured unauthorized exhibits of Attack on Titan and other works. In response, Kodansha filed a lawsuit on July 4, 2024 at the Arbitration Court of St. Petersburg and Leningrad Oblast for copyright infringement. The court found in favor of Kodansha on April 7th, recognizing copyright infringement for 15 of the works. The judgment, which became final on June 24th, after no appeal was filed, ordered IQ Art Management to pay 3.75 million rubles, which is about 6.5 million yen, or $48,000 in damages, plus 26,000 rubles in court costs. And to search real quick, that's about 330 some odd US dollars.
Sounds about right.
In its statement, Kodansha underlined the importance of the court's decision, stating it's extremely significant. The publisher affirmed its commitment to taking strong action against all forms of copyright infringement, both in Japan and internationally, protecting its creators and readers. Japanese publishers have recently intensified their efforts against copyright infringement, taking a notably hard stance. This crackdown is probably targeted at online piracy, a long-standing issue that is bleeding the industry dry. Publishers like Shueisha and Kodansha have issued numerous DMCA takedown notices to major manga piracy sites. One of the most recent being MangaDex, forcing the removal of vast libraries of unauthorized content. And furthermore, reports from 24 really reveal that Japanese government is backing the development of a sophisticated AI-powered system specifically designed to hunt down and counter illegal uploads of anime and manga on the internet.
Oh, that's not good.
Pardon me.
No, you good.
So yeah, good luck with stopping piracy. That's not going to be. That's going to be a rather daunting task. I can only imagine.
I'm just shaking my head because that's basically the long and short of it. Alright, to go back to the article about the Dragon Ball themed retail store, it's probably going to be somewhere in Akihabara. it probably is.
That wouldn't
That-
surprise me.
I mean, because there are a
Yeah,
bunch
that
of.
seems very.
And also, I'm not surprised that there's going to be a Dragon Ball store because there is a chain of Shonen Jump stores that are all over the place. So, why not? So, I mean, when I was in Akihabara, I didn't see any empty spots per se right there, but they could find something. Because then again, like, I didn't realize that the Gundam Cafe is now where the Tamashii Nation's retail store is. So, which reminds me, I wonder if it's still the Times Square location is still there. Very small. Anywho, let's see. Did I put the next story in? Yes, I did.
And it's yours.
Nope. This one is yours.
Oh.
Mao manga. Yep.
Yeah, let's see. A TV anime adaptation of Rumiko Takahashi's dark fantasy manga series, Mao, is set to premiere on NHK General TV in Japan in spring 2026. The anime's official website and Twitter opened today, releasing a teaser trailer and visual. The site has also revealed the anime's 4 main voice cast members. Mao is voiced by Yuji Kaji, who's Eren Yeager on Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Nanoka Kiba, voiced by Natsumi Kawaida, who is Himari Momochi and Demon Prince of Momochi House. Hayaka, voiced by Hiro Shimono, who is Zenitsu Akazama and Demon Slayer. And Kamon, voiced by Toshiyuki Toyonaga, who is Takuma Kosugi and My Wife Has No Emotion.
I think that anime is on my list.
Huh?
I think that anime is on my list.
A handwritten message from Rumiko Takahashi reads, "Thank you for the anime adaptation. It is as good as I expected. The voice actors are great, and I am sure everyone will enjoy it. Please watch it."
Oh, that sounds canned, typically.
I thought you would be over this one because it's Rumiko Takahashi.
Yes and no. Remember, I am a fan of Rumiko Takahashi's works. I did like One Punch Gospel. I thought that was great. I did watch Inuyasha for a while. It was just too dry for me, and I bailed out of it. I did watch the reboot of Urusei Yatsura, which was great. But my main series will always be Ranma 1/2. Now I know of Renee. I have yet to watch that one, and I'm curious about checking that one out. So these two I might watch, which kind of interesting. I got into this argument or discussion or whatever, and I just bowed out of it. I'm like, y'all are too stupid for my taste. Somebody basically saying how Dan to Dan is just another Inuyasha, and we're just like, excuse you? And I straight up said that Inuyasha is just trash. It's just all the running around they do. I'm like, well, fuck, if I wanted that, I would have just gone back to watching the Naruto arc where they was looking for Sasuke. And some people got their feathers ruffled, and I don't care. And I explained to them, I've read the manga. I watched the anime. I bowed out because it was just too dry for me to follow, and I didn't care for it. And someone was like, well, and I'm like, the way they're screaming each other's names in the anime, I'm like, this is ridiculous. And someone was like, well, they do the same thing in Dan Da Dan. I'm like, no. In Dan Da Dan, they are calling each other's names out in discussions and so forth. And Inuyasha, they're screaming each other's names out like long lost lovers, like they're fucking Romeo and Juliet.
It's not Romeo and Juliet. I'm sorry to say that this is basically the reverse version of Twilight.
Boom. I'm dead.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
You are not wrong.
And that's what kills me.
And the thing, I finished the argument with the line with the screen cap from VG Cats. I'm like, well, this is a hell of a lot better. Miyaka, Tamahome,
Just Dragon
Inuyasha,
Ball Z for girls.
Yeah,
Inuyasha,
I,
Kagome, Kikyo.
I,
Kikyo's like fuck
That was
off.
a Adult Swim bumper too.
Mm-hmm. And there you
Just
go.
as two sound bites back and forth.
Cause
yeah, but you have to remember that it's done in Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times does Usagi yell out for, you know,
Mamo-chan.
Mamo-chan, Mamo-chan, Mamo-chan?
And Haruka and
That
Michiru are
was-
like, get a room, you two.
You two first.
Yeah, I think it's just part of that type of anime.
That type of trope is more like,
Yeah, that the girl is gonna be whiny and come into power slowly and be a complete idiot as she comes into power, but then she's going to scream like a fucking banshee and fall in love with like every guy that she meets.
mm. And besides, Inuyasha was Rumiko Takahashi's answer and apology to Ranma One Half why Ranma Nakane did not get married. I'm like, that is a cop out, and I will not accept anything otherwise. All right. Anywho, let's get going. Let's talk about my man Shinichiro Watanabe. And when I was putting together the outline, and I usually tag various Facebook pages and profiles and stuff to kind of get traction. And I know, and I'm just like, putting it together. I'm just like, wait, hasn't this person been to cons before? And I look at the profile. I'm like, wait, that's him. No, that's not him. I remember meeting this guy at NDK one year. That's not him. And I realized it's not. That's Shinichi Watanabe, not Shinichiro. So it took me a second to figure that out. So he always comes as a. What is that character he always shows up as?
Nabashin?
Thank you, Nabashin. Yep, that's it. Nabashin. Always shows up as Nabashin. Yep. And the fact that there are people I know that are friends with the guy, I'm like, that's kind of cool. But anywho, let's see. Nope, wrong link. Let me grab this. Yeah. And there was actual issues about this as well. I'm like, are you kidding me? Nobody's ever happy in fandoms. So we're talking.
Nope.
We're talking about basically the sequel to Ghosts of. I actually had the damn game on my shelf, but I have yet to play it. I have one hell of a backlog. Ghost of Tsushima, and I should have known that since it's Yoshiko's last name. But anyway, the sequel, Ghost of Yote. There's going to be a Shinichiro Watanabe mode. Basically, you're going to be walking around like in a lo-fi hip-hop mode. So basically, you're going to have your own Samurai Champloo. So basically, Sony revealed that on the upcoming game, they showed there are various elements of the game and so forth, and the Watanabe mode. Again, it is a lo-fi soundtrack that plays during exploration and combat, directed by Shinichiro Watanabe. Now, you're going to have what's called the Kurosawa mode, which emulates renowned Japanese director Akira Kurosawa's filming style of black and white visuals, film grain, audio filters, and increased wind. Created in collaboration with director Takashi Miike, the Miike mode honors his cinematography with closer cameras and more blood and more splatter during combat. Okay, this will not be a day one purchase for me unless it comes with a lot of swag in the deluxe edition. I will just sit down and I'll wait till the game drops down to $30. So Ghost of Yote is a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, and it follows Ats as she hunts the Yotai 6 and Ezo Modern Hokkaido, and it's going to come out October 2nd. So CW says, oh, so it won't have characters who will randomly pop up in like any of his other shows? No, not like that. No, it's just the music and the art and the cinematography style. That's basically what we're going for. And as always, there were fans complaining about the Watanabe mode, talking about that makes no sense for that type of music. It wasn't even available back then. Does it matter? No. It didn't stop Samurai Champloo from being a damn good anime.
It's not like they would have asked him to do it if it wasn't something that was already, being done in anime.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Lo-fi hip-hop is very popular. You have the original live stream on YouTube and a bunch of other spin-offs. Like there's Lo-fi Zelda, Lo-fi Super Mario Bros. Lo-fi insert anime or video game here. And it's all this is thanks to the late, great Nujabes. Alright? Put some respect on their name. Alright. We're down to our last story of the night that basically got Mako-chan here quite giddy.
Yeah, I need somebody that's going to San Diego Comic-Con to like stuff me in their luggage.
Good luck with that.
So it was announced that on the Thursday during San Diego Comic-Con, there is going to be a Gundam Wing 30th anniversary panel. This panel is going to have some of the English cast there. Thus why I want to go. It is going to be called Gundam Showcase, featuring 30 years of Gundam Wing. It will be at on Thursday, July 24th at 7:15 in room 6BCF. The guests will include Mark Hildreth, Hiro Yui, Scott McNeil, Duo Maxwell, and Brad Swale, Petra Reberba Winner, as well as Gundam executive producer Nahiro Okata. So yeah, they teased the panel that the latest updates from Gundam Wing 30th Anniversary Project, along with new developments from across the wider Gundam series. It will also offer exclusive gifts to attendees.
Ooh.
Yeah. Bandai Hobby, the Bandai Namco Holding Group company that handles their model kits, will also have a special display for Gundam Wing's 30th anniversary in the exhibit hall at booth 3829. To commemorate the announcement, Bandai Namco Filmworks ended up streaming a I guess updated version and creditless version of both the opening and ending themes. And those can be found on YouTube.
Just waiting.
Yeah, so again, if anybody's going and they, want to stuff me in their luggage, I legit just want to go for this because I want to try and get some more cards signed.
Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe because of this, Scott McNeil started doing conventions again. I'm kind of surprised he didn't get Ted Cole, the voice of Chang Wufei.
Well, I mean, this is just what they've announced now.
Okay.
There is still, 10 days before the convention.
True.
Depending on what they actually announce during the panel itself, may determine if any, surprise guests pop out and things like that.
They're gonna be getting people at the panel doing all sorts of Hiro Yui impersonations, aren't they?
Maybe.
mean, it could be worse.
I'd rather
Or
not think.
south.
Well, I mean, not that it's not that it's worse, but I know like the fangirls went crazy when people would cosplay both hero and duo and
Yeah.
scream at them to kiss.
I
So
I
it could be worse.
I know a cosplay couple that do hero and duo, and they will kiss upon request. So there is that.
But yeah.
By the way, Mako-chan,
Mhm.
do you watch Toonami Aftermath?
I don't watch Toonami at all. I don't have cable.
Oh no! This is a website.
Oh, then no.
I think while we do, meanwhile in Japan, you should open up a separate web browser and go check it out. And you're welcome.
What is it?
Toonami Aftermath. All right. So anywho, we're at the part of the show that y'all really stick around for. Meanwhile in Japan, we have
I want the last one.
okay, it's all your. Yeah, I see why. I think I'll take the first one unless Mako-chan wants it.
Mako?
Yeah?
I said I'll take the first story unless you want to take it.
No, I said that was fine.
All right, I totally missed that. All right, I figured you got too engrossed into the website.
What am I supposed to be seeing on the website?
One of your favorite animes. One that we just discussed in our last story.
Okay, because nothing is really popping up.
You didn't go to ToonamiAftermath.com?
I'm in there.
And
It's probably taking a while to load. You can just come back to it later. Trust me, it's
Yep.
good stuff.
Yep.
It's a chat and a blank.
Yeah, it's supposed to be live streaming old Toonami programming.
Yeah, if you mouse over the page and it comes up, you hit the channel buttons and it pulls it up. So,
Okay.
or if you hit the
now I
play
see
button,
it
there
now.
you go. Yeah.
Okay, well,
And just be forewarned of the commercials. That's all I have to say as well.
okay.
A lot of blast from the past stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't surprise me.
I mean, at least we're not sitting here watching like I can't believe people actually did this on YouTube. You can find like 5
Episodes chopped up into little pieces.
No, not episodes. Commercials. It's just like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of classic commercials. So, some from Saturday mornings and stuff like that. There are people who have taken their VHS tapes of their Saturday morning recordings and just digitized them and posted them on YouTube. That's crazy. But then again, there are some conventions that do like the Saturday morning panels where you show up in your pajamas and a bowl of cereal, and it's basically 2 hours of cartoons and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. So, anywho, let's get into our first story here about Japan Airlines giving away free domestic flights to international tourists. I think they have piqued my interest. If you've been to Tokyo recently, you know how overly crowded it is, with record-breaking numbers of international visitors flying into Japan and making the city their first tourist destination. Meanwhile, in the Japanese countryside, however, peaceful, quiet communities with dwindling populations are crying out for tourists, and Japan Airlines is planned to get them there by giving away free domestic plane tickets to overseas visitors. It's a win-win for international tourists who get to snag a free plane ticket to any of JAL's 64 domestic destinations and cities far outside of Tokyo, that might otherwise be overlooked or deemed too difficult to get to. Far-flung destinations like Sapporo on the northern island of Hokkaido, for instance, or Naha on the southern islands of Okinawa, are now more easily accessible, putting them on the radar for visitors who may have never thought to travel there before. That is kind of cool. In order to take advantage of
Yeah.
the offer, travelers must book their international flight to Japan with them and make the booking for free domestic leg with the same reservation. The deal is currently available to visitors from the US, Canada, Mexico, Thailand, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, Vietnam, Indonesia, India, China, Taiwan, and the Philippines. Travelers are encouraged to head straight to the international airport to the domestic one, with a stopover fee of $100 for arrivals from US, Canada, Mexico, and a fee of 300 Chinese yuan for China arrivals, if their stay initially exceeds 24 hours. Other countries get a better deal as they are exempt from this fee so they can head to a domestic destination whenever they like during their stay free of charge. The complimentary flight covers one segment of the domestic journey, which means you can arrive in Tokyo, hop on a plane to Osaka, and then leisurely explore the area and surrounding sites like Kyoto by train before traveling back to Tokyo by Shinkansen for your flight home. This will automatically save you around 13,870 yen, which is $94.62, which is the approximate cost of traveling one way to Tokyo to Osaka by Shinkansen. More intrepid explorers might want to follow the same mode of travel, only more off the beaten path destinations like Kagoshima, where you can visit a convenience store at an active volcano. Oh, I would love that. Absolutely. If the free trip has you preferring to fly back to Tokyo domestically, you can do that at a special discount by taking advantage of these little known special offers from Japan Airlines and Air Nippon Airways, which are also exclusively available to overseas residents. And that's really cool. These offers open up a whole new way of traveling for visitors who previously only thought they solely used the train after arriving in Japan. With the Japan Rail Pass, not as good a deal it was before the massive price hike. Traveling by plane is now an option that is definitely worth considering, and with no end date announced for the free flight offer, there's never been a better time to start dreaming of those unexpected rural places that you've always had on your bucket list and start making them a reality. Okay, now here, I don't... Let me see something here. Tokyo to Osaka by air. Let's see. No, I want... Yeah, flight time. That's what I want. Alright, makes sense. Okay, so from Tokyo to Kyoto is about 2 hours and 15 minutes. From Kyoto to Osaka is about 45 minutes. So basically, it's a 3-hour stretch. Now, flying from Tokyo to Osaka is an hour and 15 minutes. So that's not bad. It's like flying from New York to Toronto or from New York to Montreal. As soon as you get in and settle in, you're in the air for 20 minutes before they announce, oh, we're going into our landing procedures, you know. I would say the only downside to that is you kind of miss seeing Mount Fuji and other scenery. Because riding a Shinkansen is pretty fun. But it just depends on what you want to do. And I'd say if you're already done the Shinkansen, take this offer up and go for it. Okay, Mako-chan, tell everybody what Uniqlo is up to.
Yeah, talked about the issues that, some Uniqlos are having. Um, they are, obviously a very successful apparel chain. And, they have a lot of variety. So unfortunately, that does mean that they have a lot of shoplifters as well. And we have spoken about that, where they have had people coming into the stores and taking quite a lot before being caught. So they are going to be increasing their preventative measures. So while they have done the normal retail thing of training store staff to, spot suspicious people, installing extra security cameras. They've also now decided that they will be going beyond just filing criminal charges.
Mm.
So there was a statement posted last month. The Fast Retailing Group, who is the parent company, has been making continual efforts in the management of our stores in order to create an environment in which our customers can shop for the highest quality of items with a sense of security. However, in recent years, incidents of shoplifting have been continuing to take place. In light of this situation, in addition to seeking strict criminal punishment of shoplifters, we will also be instigating civil suit procedures seeking compensation for stolen items and all other damages to Fast Retailing Group.
Mm.
So obviously not specifically mentioned, but we did go ahead and talk about a group of 4 Vietnamese nationalists that were arrested in February of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the same month, another group of 3 shoplifters, also from Vietnam, were arrested as well. The 2 teams have stolen a total of 32 million yen, which is about $221,000 worth of merchandise from across dozens of stores.
Ooh, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of merch.
Yeah. So while the policy of pursuing civil charges is one that, obviously will require extra expenses and effort for Uniqlo, there really is nothing other than the criminal charge. And most of the time, those criminal charges, they're back out there doing things.
Mm.
So they are going to stack on the civil charges now on top of the criminal charges. Basically, what they're doing is they are going to make it as annoying as possible for you to steal from them. They're not actually looking to make money off of you. They will probably be breaking even doing a civil suit, but it is going to annoy the ever-loving shit out of everybody that decides to steal from them.
Mm.
Um, if they obviously try to fight it, they are going to be losing a lot of money because it is, a very large brand. But even with that, even just that little bit of annoyance may be enough to stop people from doing something like this,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they stick to it and actually do start to sue, and more people are getting stuck with what could be on top of the criminal charges years in court.
Womp womp.
Yeah,
Mm.
and the joy of what comes with years of court. And I can't say that it's a bad idea.
Neither can I. I mean, I've worked
It
in.
is a deterrent. It's supposed to be a deterrent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worked in retail. I've seen stuff stolen, and we're not allowed to go after them or anything like that. And sometimes they come back later and steal again because they know they can't be touched or something like that. That's why some stores have a security service or cops patrolling because they are allowed to touch and grab you and drag you out of there. Sometimes they will have them arrested and just let them go. No, let the world know that you got caught shoplifting a pack of pencils from Staples. Yeah, let the world know that while you're in a holding cell, you got caught for stealing a pack of pencils at Staples. Imagine doing time because you got caught stealing a pack of pencils from Staples. Seriously. So, all right. And now our last story of the night from Meanwhile in Japan, Ari.
It's a Jenga game filled with whiskey.
Ooh.
So a company by the name of Jenga, spelled with the Janga, but it has a spade in place of the A, the first A. They're literally making alcohol part of the game. Rather than wooden blocks, Jenga is specially designed with 54 acrylic bottles that can hold a shot of any alcohol you prefer. Each block is marked with a playing card, number, and suit, and 2 jokers for a certain sense of style that can also be used to incorporate different house rules, like only being able to pull blocks of a certain suit or putting blocks in a certain order to make poker hands. They're really going out on the honor of their online store launching. From July 1st to 11th, so it's already passed, they are accepting applications for Zeus Jenga Japanese Whiskey 25 years, filled with an extremely rare and select barrel-aged whiskey and selling it for 1.98 million yen, which is about $14,000?
God damn.
God damn, that's a lot of money. Only 10 bottles will be sold, and you have to apply through a lottery of the privilege for buying it. It comes in a box engraved with a serial number identifying it as one of the rare few, and the mini bottles can be held in an acrylic case with a handle made of unbleached crocodile leather. There are also LED pedestals and display cases if you really want to show it off. Like a flashing LED panel, a like hexagon-looking frame to put it in, and a attaché case. They don't specify the lottery is limited to Japan, but the address fields don't mention any country at all, and they just have the prefectures and whatnot, so it pretty much is.
Okay. And it seems like you can, once you finish that booze, you can get another bottle and refill it. Okay, sounds good.
That's the idea. I'm looking at their site, and the cheapest one goes for 88,000 yen, which is about hang on, let me That's about $600 US.
88,000 yen? All right.
Yeah.
That's definitely not bad. And
But it's still a lot for a bottle of liquor, even if it is, pretty neat looking.
But given right now is 148 yen to the dollar.
Yeah.
That, again, is definitely not bad. All right. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Let's transform and roll up on out of here. Thank you. So if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. Danger will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. So what we like and don't like, we're going to tell you straight up. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you'll find not just our weekly podcast, you will find cosplay interviews, cosplay tips and tricks. You'll find convention reports, anime reviews, editorials. You'll find links to our YouTube page and our Facebook page of cosplay and convention coverage. All that and a lot more at animejamsession.com. And if you like our podcast, please subscribe to it. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, anywhere else podcasts are available, you can find us. And if you don't want to drop us an email and you want to leave a review on one of those apps, please, we highly encourage it. And we really appreciate everybody who does and comes through and all that good stuff. We truly appreciate y'all's. And don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. It's Anime Jam Session on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Blue Sky. Show us a little bit of love there. Those who follow us there, thank you so much. We truly appreciate your love and support. Now, down below is our tip jar. You'll see if you're watching right now live, and even on, or if you're watching on Twitch or whatever, there are links down below to our. Let me take a look at this. Yes, to our Stream Elements, Streamlabs, and our Ko-Fi. If you're going to throw us a few dollars, we really appreciate that. You can cheer us on with bits. We love that too. You can also sub to the channel and give out gift subs. We appreciate all of that. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Ari.
Bobby Blackwolf was doing good stuff at SGDQ this past week, so good for him.
Glad to hear that. Last words, Mako-chan.
I'm very tired and am looking forward to a nap.
My last words is I'm actually going to the movies tomorrow where I'm going to go see Superman. And I get discount tickets through work and through my prior job. And I found out through my perks at work, a discount ticket is cheaper than the discount that I normally get, but I get discount soda and popcorn. So $22 for a ticket, popcorn and soda. All right, I'm okay. Yeah, I can definitely deal with that. So that is it. End of list. We're getting out of here. We're going to be back next week with a brand new episode. I'm going to reach out to Barry and see if they're available to join us, because we hope that you join us too. So, I'm Ranma.
I'm Ari.
And I am Mako-chan.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect. Awesome. We're out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!